Hello, everyone. Welcome to Moon Mage. Today's tarot messages are called What's the Tea? And I know that nowadays we like to say somebody spilled the tea when we're giving information or we're gossiping. This is not really about gossip so much as it is about attaining information or receiving information that we're not aware of, truths, understandings. Whether this ends up showing up for you in a sense that is personalized to your own journey, your growth, your evolution as a human being, or it has to do with things that are happening within your world that you may need to know of, remains to be seen. So stay open to that. Just trust that the universe has your back and will bring you the information that they feel you need most for your own personal growth and evolution. So as you could have seen or likely saw, the teacups there, look at the teacups and decide which one is speaking to you. And then I will, of course, get started with your messages. I should say, though, quickly before I do that, I have a new meditation video that came out, and it's all about manifesting, and it's just under 10 minutes. It's quick and it's short. This is such a powerful time with the spring equinox, a lot of planetary movements, new moons and full moons under eclipses that have been happening. It's a really powerful time for endings and new beginnings. So if you're interested and you're aware that you are coming into a time where you do really want to manifest a new beginning for yourself, I would recommend maybe having a look at that, check it out and see if it works for you. If not, there's tons of other meditations online for free, all about manifesting. It's just a really good time to lean into that energy. All right, so I really am going to get started here with the first teacup message. Hello, message one. You chose the first teacup with the red coloring on it and the rose. This always makes me think of things like grounding, presence, but we shall see what shows up for you guys. All right, we've got purple, Zadkiel purple, destiny, pride, conscious, forgiveness. Okay, so some kind of healing there. Self-respect and worthiness, self-worth, affirmations, independent and motivated. Coming out on the side of challenge. Where are you being challenged to see your own worth, to affirm your worth, to reach for the stars and know that you're capable of doing it, even if you have to go it alone for a time? It feels like that to me. Something that's really being highlighted for you. So there may be a push showing up in this reading for you to go in a particular direction or to have faith in the direction that you're being guided to go in. Let's see what's on the bottom of that. Nice. Soul groups, messages, reunion, connection, and validation. Nice. So this is sort of the underbelly to all of this. This is where this could lead you, this energy, into an energy of soul groups, well, on a path where you're going to be very much connected to those that are very aligned with who you are and what you're all about. And it does say reunion. So there could be something here about people from the past coming back who've also evolved as human beings and have changed or shifted in some kind of way where you're going to be reconnected with them. And there's some sort of validation in that. And with the Zadkiel over here, I'm noticing the number 12. So I'm going to bring that up. This is the 12th card. It says 12 there. And I'm attracted to that number. So that could be significant for some of you. Pay attention if you start to see 12s or 1212. That can be energetic downloads, the divine trying to get your attention, a push to move out of your comfort zone, which definitely feels like a thing here with knowing your worth and trusting yourself to move towards something or someone, because it's going to lead to some sort of soul group, kindred spirits. Great connections where you are validated, right? And with destiny, pride, conscious, and forgiveness over here, you may have dealt with hard people, hardships, been disappointed by groups that you've already been a part of, communities, a workplace. It could even be friends and family. It feels like this is going to shift for you. And he's holding a bird and a watch, a compass rather, in one hand and the world in the other. It's sort of like, be patient. because all of this hardship that you've probably been in or had to experience is not for nothing. It was so that you could learn the value of who you are, respect yourself, see your worth, and move towards better connections, a better career, better people, better community, all those kinds of things. Okay, now I'm going to apologize in advance. I'm going to use my tea leaf cards. I have a very difficult time shuffling these. So this could get messy. I might have to pause the, oh, we already got one that fell out. See, it could get messy and I might have to pause the video to pick up all the cards that fly out. These are tricky to shuffle, being round and slippery. And it's a big pile, so I'm going to shuffle them in two separate piles. All right, let me see if I can put them together now. This will be interesting. I know you're, oh, a second card. Third card. All right, I'm going to split that. And then we're going to go from there. I'm going to pause the video because your first card flew on the floor. Okay, guys, I got your first card. This was the second card that flew out. This was the third card that flew out. So we've got door opportunities are waiting for you. Well, that goes really well with the main energies that showed up. So opportunities on the horizon, a new way forward. I feel like you've been through some sort of life lesson, and it's been somewhat brutal and difficult. Look at this, new home, new attitude, broom, clearing away what no longer serves, who no longer serves. Fire, strong emotion, passionate, love or hate. So be mindful of this. We are in fiery Aries season, and Aries are very passionate, innovative, bold, dynamic. But just as quickly as fire can burn or singe, if it spreads too quickly, if we're not careful about our energy, it can, what am I trying to say here? Let me slow down. So strong emotion, passionate, love or hate. How we use that fire, this is what I'm trying to say, is going to matter. We want it to be there. We want it to invoke passion, inspiration, forward momentum, and motivation within us, but we don't want it to burn anybody along the way. So hopefully that makes sense. Gong. Okay, an exciting event. Wow. Really good energy up here. An exciting event. So there is a big shift about to happen for you. Anything difficult that you've been through, and I do feel like you have, that has been unsupportive, disappointing, where it's made you question your own sense of self-worth. Like I said, this was on purpose. This was meant to show you the truth of who you are, to show that you do need to be respecting yourself more, to see your beauty, your light, your worth, your power, so that you can move forward towards something, someone, the group, soul groups that are going to be far more aligned with who you are and what you stand for. You know, and with this Zadkiel purple energy, purple is connected to spirit. And I feel like there's a bit of a message here for that, for my message one choosers that chose the first teacup, suggesting you find a way to reconnect back into higher mind and call that energy down, that universal support, especially if you start to feel a lack of forgiveness within you, where you want to hold on to anger, or your pride gets in the way, where maybe you might push away good people, good help coming your way, people being sent to you by the divine to help you through the situation or over any hurdles and towards something and someone much better for you. Just keep that in mind. Breathing through any tension that you may still be in. But like, you've got opportunities, new home, passion, being careful with how that is exerted by you, and then an exciting event. Let's see where we're going from here. Butterfly, a change for the better. Wow. Owl, good advice from a wise person. And that could also connect to that being conscious and, you know, not letting pride get in our way, being open to what other people have to say. Owl, it's all about wisdom, the wise person, a sage, somebody who really does have valuable advice. So just remaining open to that. It doesn't mean you have to follow any of this to a T, but allow yourself to take it in, because there's going to be something very positive in that for you. Good advice from a wise person. Nice. Nice. Haystack karma, you will reap what you have sown. This feels like good karma, right? We always associate karma with negative things. It's absolutely not the case. It's neutral. It depends on what we've been doing, how we've been showing up, if we've been doing good things, working hard, being a good person, putting in effort, we're going to get good things back. And I absolutely think that's the case here for you, especially with, messages, reunion, connection coming in for you, a whole new way of being, going back into self-respect, independence, getting motivated again, all these opportunistic and new energy showing up for you. You will reap what you're sown in a really good way. I feel like you've got positive karma coming back. And I want to say it almost feels like it's about time. Ooh, news of a birth or a new business opportunity. Wow. So you've got new home, new attitude up here. Opportunities are waiting. A change for the better. Passion, an exciting event. Getting back what you've given, which I feel like you were not receiving what you deserved in the past. A change for the better. News of a birth or a new business opportunity. That's amazing. Really stay open, message one. You've got really positive things coming your way. And it feels like it's as a result of all the good things that you've done, the way that you've shown up, your personality, your gifts, your talents, your traits. It's finally time for them to be recognized. And it's time for you to align with people who see these things within you. And I do think that your ego and your self-esteem has taken a blow due to people that were not good for you. They were more self-serving, selfish. That's the kind of energy that I feel here when it comes to where you've been as opposed to where you're going to be going. Okay, I'm just going to clarify a few of the cards. I want to understand the fire and the gong up here. Strong emotion, passionate love or hate, to understand how to navigate that energy, as well as this exciting event and these opportunities. The Chariot. Okay, so this energy of strong emotion, passionate love or hate, it's not incoming that quickly. You're not quite there where this kind of energy could be ignited. So really, it's sort of like, be patient. There is something coming that is going to require you to have a balanced approach. For some reason, I feel like it's connected to advice, and it could be because maybe the person who's about to bring you this energy hasn't always been the most reliable or the most sound, but there's something to that for me that's suggesting not this time. Now, this is general, so that won't make sense for all of you, but whatever this strong emotion, this passionate love or hate, it's about not being reactive, right? When the Chariot's upright, it's incoming, it's fast. We're not thinking, we're doing, right? It's super quick. But the answer to that with this emotion that you may feel is to find a way to balance it before reacting so that you can actually respond rather than react to whatever is about to show up for you that could evoke a sense of passion or anger for some of you, because I do think that's a thing. So be very mindful of that. Let's look at the exciting event. Okay, King of Wands, but it's in the reverse. So this is definitely a passion project, something coming in, but it's slow to come in. So there is definitely an energy of be patient with this. This isn't necessarily going to happen for you tomorrow or next week, but it's on its way. It's still moving through bumpy waters at the moment. But it's definitely something that evokes passion, an opportunistic thing that brings a sense of excitement, joy, maybe even a little bit of fear. Nice. Okay, we've got the Hangman, but it's in the reverse, no longer being hung up. So this is what I like about we're seeing here with these clarifying cards. This is connected to that karma. You will reap what you have sown. No longer being hung up, stuck, or stagnant. Because if it was, the way that it's supposed to be, the Hangman's like this, it's suggesting you still being in this energy, frustration, and not knowing which way to go, stuck, stagnant, as I've said. But you're moving out of that with this karma that you're about to have come your way. It's all for the positive, suggesting no longer being stuck. It's really going to move you forward. Okay, the Emperor. And this is connected to this business opportunity here. And it's the Emperor, suggesting this is something that is not quite as structured as maybe what you've been used to or what you've leaned into thus far. It's connected to that passionate energy where there's more flow and excitement and joy, where you don't necessarily know what's going to happen from day to day. It's like a shakeup of things, but in a really good way. And really, creativity keeps coming to my mind. Something that's very creative, where you're allowed to utilize your gifts and talents in a much bigger way, less structured. But, with this news of this business opportunity, there's also a second message there with that, to be mindful of your own energy. I keep coming back to make sure that you find a way to be balanced, grounded, and that you're breathing through any tough energies that may still be lingering within you, lest you miss these opportunities, because there's so much opportunity showing up here for you guys. All right. Yeah. So the bottom card here, the underbelly to this is Two of Wands, right? And it's like they're contemplating. I really do want to go out into the world with this newfound passion, joy, excitement, where I'm in flow, where I'm using my gifts, my talents, where I'm allowed to be creative, and everything is not so conformed and rote, like repetitive, the same thing, almost like if you were going to a factory job and you know exactly what you're going to be doing day in, day out. This opportunity feels like it's not that kind of energy. It's complete opposite. It's far more creative. It's far more nuanced. And there's this contemplative energy, like, is that the direction I want to go? And I feel like Spirit is giving you a huge push and nudge in this direction, saying, yes, you do. You don't know that this is coming. That's the tea for you. You didn't know that new opportunities were going to be on the other side of any hardship that you've been in, but that is exactly what's coming your way. Message one is massive change, new soul groups, new connections, big opportunities. Everything is far more aligned for you in these new things. And it does feel like for you guys, it's been after a lot of hardship. But understanding that the way that you approach this is going to be beneficial for you to be present, to move through it with your feelings and your thoughts, sort of like, connect with your heart on these opportunities, then bring it up to your head and then move, right? Like, lead with your heart, but take your head with you. Make sure that you're feeling solid under your feet, lest you miss these positive things coming your way. I'm rambling now, so I'll leave that. I think you know what I mean. Yeah, and I feel like it almost feels like, too, maybe this was exactly the message you needed to hear right now, because I almost get a sense that some of you, general, right? So not all of you, but some of you were like, I was just about to walk away or give up on something entirely. Maybe something that you're very good at, something that you've wanted or desired that you're about to let go of, thinking that you just can't have it or it's not possible. This energy of exhaustion and throwing your hands up in the air, like, I'm so over this. Try to balance that out as best as you can, because on the other side of turmoil and hardship and hard lessons is so much new things, so much positivity, so much opportunity. Major growth here coming your way. Pray from the heart. Prayer really can move mountains. Reach out to the divine with your heart's concerns and watch miracles unfold. And I feel like that goes really well with what I was just trying to say, like that energy of exhaustion. I'm about to throw my hands up and give up in defeat and let go of like a dream, a desire, a want, a wish. Don't do that, message one. Your ships are going to come in. It may take a minute, but they're coming. And anything that you've been through has not been for no reason. And it's coming right under that, that destiny card too, where we need to let go of what's been and really manifest our deepest wishes and desires. Start calling it in and connect to that energy, and you will draw it into you faster. Yeah, and then this is where we're going here. Sorry, I'm going to fix that card. It's not, there we go. It says you're ready for more. Your career is growing and blossoming. Now is the time to make changes you have been contemplating. Yes, no, do not allow yourself to go into any sort of defeatist attitude, especially if you've been through it. And I do think a lot of you have. You are ready for more. And I feel like this is just another reiteration that there's opportunities coming your way. And there's a little bit of fear that you may miss these due to your situation and what you've been through, and a loss of self-worth, as a result of what you've been through. Do not allow this or these situations, people, group, what's transpired to define you. Absolutely let yourself grow from it. Your career is growing and blossoming. Now is the time to make changes you have been contemplating. Pray from the heart for the things that you want, and do not allow any of the negative things that have happened to take root or hold in your body as truth, because they're not. They were just stepping stones and lessons. And I feel like you've definitely understood them. You see things more clearly now. You just might not be giving yourself enough credit. That definitely feels like a thing here for you guys. All right, message 1. I am going to leave that there. I hope that all of you guys have the most amazing day, and really make some time to get balanced within your heart. Let go of any harsh energies. Hold like forgiveness that you need for yourself, for others, so that you can move forward and move into this activation energy and praying from the heart, calling in what you want. You're moving into beautiful timing for this, so you don't want to miss this. Good things on the way. I hope you guys, again, have a great day. Take care, guys. Hello, message 2. So you guys chose the purple teacup. And purple to me always connects to spirit, or its higher mind, right? It's intuition and things of that nature. We shall see what shows up for you, but I always feel that the colors that people are attracted to mean something as well. It could be about opening up your crown, your third eye. It could be about intuitive wisdom coming through. So just keep that in mind. Spirituality, in essence. Okay, so in the reverse, it's blessings in disguise, but it says angst, unaware, significance, and expectation. Okay. So this could be a difficult energy that you've been experiencing, in hardship of some sort. Your desires are within reach. Faith, patience, excitement, and relief. Nice. And it sort of feels like after this energy, right, where we've been in angsty energy, not completely seeing something, having expectations that just feel like they're never being met, difficulty, right? And it's like a significant time, which is really interesting, because in message 1, it was about sort of that blessing in disguise energy, hardship, and then what follows is positive things. Sort of like there's been a lot of lessons being served up for all of us. But you're being asked to believe and trust that your desires are within reach, to have faith and patience, because excitement and relief are on their way to you in some form, shape, capacity. Let's see what it's the underbelly to all that. Ooh, there's that green energy, right? And you didn't choose the green cup. Never mind. Green energy is healing energy, and it is Archangel Raphael. And it is the number 7. I'm noticing the number 7 on this card. It says emptiness, hibernation, sarcasm, and lethargy. Wow. Okay. I feel like this is likely an energy that you've been in, right? Which makes sense with angst, unaware, significance, expectations, and it's the blessings in disguise card. It's sort of like, very much like message 1, anything that you've been through that's been really hard, any energy that you've had to move through where it's been so empty and frustrating and has caused you lethargic and to just feel blah, really, for lack of better words. It's not for nothing. There was something in this energy that's meant to help you grow, to understand yourself. And I also feel like to help you realize that you are quite capable of healing this out, moving through it, and having used that time for some sort of reflection for yourself about where you want to go from here. Because feeling this way no longer is going to be an energy that you want to lean into, to say yes to allow in your life anymore. You want to move through it. You want to get this card out of that reverse and choose the healing energy, the love, the travel, humor, bringing life force, vitality, and energy back in, opening up your heart. So I do think that you've likely been through some difficult things that have caused pain, heartache, perhaps. But I feel just much like message 1, this too is coming to an end very soon. But there's definitely a sense here that you've got some tough emotional dissonance to work through. calling an Archangel Raphael, asking for his love, for his healing at this time, going to be a really good idea for you. And, I definitely feel like you're far more protected and guided than you realize. It may not feel like that. I definitely get the sense of some of you feel quite alone. That's not the case. Now I'm also noticing that this card here, number is 44, which is the number of angels, strong foundations too, and guidance. Yeah, I definitely think that's a thing here for you guys, even if you don't feel it. All right, I'm going to pull some tea cards. I ask for patience because these are difficult to shuffle and it's messy at times. So, and I've already got a card that flew. Oh, okay. I'm going to go with that because now two came out. I have to shuffle these in separate piles because it's a huge pile and they're very difficult to shuffle. Okay. Message two, I feel like for some of you, because this is general, I wonder if you've been holding on to a hope of something with that expectation here, a wish, a desire. I just wish they would. I just wish this could, and maybe ruminating on it a little bit. And it has caused you to feel so emotionally disconnected, to kind of lose a sense of self and intuition. Don't shoot the messenger, but a part of me feels like you might need to let go of something that you may have wanted, something where there's been a hope and an expectation. Oh, and I have another card that flew out. Because I feel like it's not going to serve you best. It's not for your best and highest good. All right, I'm going to pause because I have a card that flew out. Okay, message two. So I picked that card up and it was the first one that fell. Oh, no, it wasn't. Sorry, it was the last one that fell out. So, okay, so we've got whale energy, great worry over nothing, which kind of makes sense when we see where you've been in angst and expectation, emptiness, hibernation mode, lethargic, feeling just really down and blah and not enlivened in any way. Discord among friends or family. Okay, so we might be getting a little bit of a piece of the puzzle here shown to us about what's causing and creating this problem. Difficulties, conflict of some kind. And there's worry and fear around this. Okay. Wish will not be granted, broken wishbone. And that is exactly what I was trying to say. That feeling, that energy of this expectation, this hope, this desire that I've been really holding on to. So disappointing that it's not showing up and it's just been difficult. And if anything, things kind of went the other way where it created dissonance or conflict or problem. This is sort of like a heads up from spirit to let you know that whatever this thing that you wanted, whatever disappointment you're feeling around this, even if it doesn't feel like it right now, it was for your best and highest good because there's something or someone better. Okay, we've got temptation will test you. So big heads up there too, to be mindful of what you're tempted to do, especially if it's to go back to a situation, group, person that in your heart is not good for you, like they're not going to change. For others, it could be a situation, a career, where you're tempted to just kind of like hit the panic button and settle for less than what you deserve. Please don't do that. Message two. There's a strong indication here that your desires are within reach. You need to have patience and faith at this time, which I know is frustrating because we often all want things yesterday rather than wait for them. But I feel like this energy of this too shall pass. There is some healing that's required for you, especially around your heart and this disappointment that you had, this expectation that you were holding on to. But on the other side of this is something so much better, so much more aligned with who you are and what you deserve. And remember, this original card here says great worry over nothing. So really stewing over things, playing things over and over in your head. It almost feels anxious for some of you. Anything you can do to ground and bring yourself into presence and to ask Archangel Raphael to clear out your heart space would be a really good idea for you guys. Yes. Okay. These are just temporary problems. This too shall pass energy. Dealings or relationships with an older man. Okay. So a bit of a heads up here, right? This could be whether this is a result of a relationship that you had with an older gentleman or just an older male type energy. They don't actually have to be male, even though this says older man. Could have been difficult for you or positive. We'll see what else other cards come out with this. I do think for some of you that the hardship that you've been, the frustration is a result of the dealings with this person. It's been tricky. And, for some of you, you might think they weren't older, they were younger. Apply that to your situation. Dealings or relationships with an older man, yeah. And then we've got discord among friends and family here, right? So it could be like father figures, uncles, grandfathers, or women, again, that have that like more masculine take charge type energy being difficult for you. Okay, an exciting event. Now we see the wheels turning, things moving forward in a better direction, right? Your desires are within reach. Nice. Strong emotion, passionate love or hate. Wow, there's some overlap between message 1 and 2 for sure. If you're interested, you might want to go back and watch that one. Passion, being ignited with this exciting event, being mindful of how you allow this passion to manifest in whatever the situation is, so that you don't come from a fiery, angry place, but rather a creative, inspired, motivated place, which is definitely an energy that we want to see you moving towards, because you've been feeling anything but, right? With that emptiness, that frustration, those desires not having been met and wishes not having been granted. This exciting event is definitely going to evoke a strong emotion within you, though. And so you're going to want to be really centered and grounded. I said this in the first message. You want to make sure that you are ready to respond to it rather than react to it, which is going to require some breathing, taking a minute, feeling it through, thinking it through, and then making decisions around this event. Let me pull a few clarifying cards here, particularly down here. I'm not so concerned with the ones up here. I think that they make sense. They're pretty straightforward. But let's have a look and see what some of these things are, how they've manifested for you, what they're trying to tell you. And with this blessings in disguise in reverse, so you're definitely not seeing the situation as that. I think it's more framed as like, this is just so disappointing. This is so hurtful. That's okay. You're human, but this is just the universe's and the spirit's way of saying we know you can't see that now. We can see that you need to heal. You're allowed to have all these feelings. That's valid. But I think that you're coming into the timing where it's time to start working on healing these things out so that they don't become deeply ingrained into your DNA, where it becomes an operating system where you're approaching the world with this fear of, I'm always going to be disappointed, things are never going to work out for me. You don't want to bring that with you. Yeah, that hermit energy, temporary problems, right? And you need to take that time out to reflect, right? Because of that emptiness feeling, that lethargy, I'm so blah. But if we frame the hermit as a positive time to get ourselves healed and cleared and centered, to know ourselves, to see things from a higher perspective, we can frame things that have been difficult and disappointing as, okay, I see it. I've got the lesson. I'm learning through this. I'm leaning through this. I'm not settling for these kinds of things anymore. It's time to go. It's like that. The hermit gives us an opportunity to do that, right? With that temporary problems, right? Needing to have self-reflection. Okay. Now, older man, dealings or relationships with an older man. And now we've got that Queen of Wands energy, which is a fiery woman. I definitely think this might be not just a man for some of you, like male energy. It could be feminine. You've had hardship with a female as well. Needing to show up as the Queen of Wands would be a really good idea, though, for you guys. Seeing your own power, connecting to your truth, igniting creativity. But I feel like this energy has knocked you off of all of that. Whatever you've had to deal with, whatever hardship, frustration, has made you lose sight of who you truly are in that way, that creative, passionate person. Bringing that back in, really good idea. But I definitely think that the message here is that for some of you, this is a a feminine energy. Some of you, this is a masculine energy, likely connected to family. So again, we're thinking friends, sisters, aunts, mothers, grandmothers, grandfathers, uncles, things like that. We've got King of Swords in the reverse under that exciting event. Okay, so with the King of Swords, this is some sort of information, because swords are mental energy. They're intellectual information in general. So this exciting event could be brought on by that kind of an energy, that kind of a person, somebody who's more thinky than feely, for lack of better words. So keep that in mind. And with it being in reverse, I'm not entirely sure that it will be as well received by you, which is why I think that being careful about these strong emotions that could be evoked as a result of this, being mindful of your reactions. Nice. Okay. I love the way that where this is going. Passionate, love or hate, justice being served, everything getting balanced back out again. This is where we want to go with this. This is where we want that passion to go as well. This is suggesting that you will be able to do that balanced out. It's the scales, right? I am responding. I'm not reacting. I'm not taking the bait. I'm not going to allow anything that is said to me to frustrate me, to have any hold over me any longer. Definitely feels like this information does not knock you off your axis in any kind of way. It is something that you can definitely utilize for your best and highest good. And it will likely be delivered by somebody who has a type A personality, a strong personality, very much authoritative, and likes to run the show, right? So keep that in mind. How this manifests for you is likely going to be through a person of that kind of nature. Okay, I forgot to look at the bottom card here. Ooh, okay, yeah, you've really been through it. Message 2. This is 5 of Swords energy. Somebody feeling like they got away with something. No, that's not going to be the case for you. I feel like any information that you needed about this person and their intentions, if it has not been received, it is going to be, especially when we look at these more empowered energies, right? And how they affect you. You're going to see it with that exciting event and this reversal of the King of Swords. You're going to see through the BS, essentially, and justice is served for you. Things become more balanced karmically. So just know that if you have not come to this information, you will. They are not going to get away with it. You're going to see through the lies and the BS and be able to make better decisions and kind of, be able to move away from the temptation to go back towards someone or something that is just not for your best and highest good. If there was any tea that you needed or information, I feel like it's this temptation to go backwards rather than forwards because of how you're feeling, because of that emptiness, feeling something, even if it's not the best thing, is better than feeling nothing. Be mindful of leaning into that kind of energy. The balance that you need and deserve, the justice that you deserve is coming. It's all temporary. As this says, your desires are within reach. Keep the faith. And, with that Hermit kind of clarifying the temporary problems, it sort of does suggest you needed to step back for a little bit. There needed to be reflection. There needed to be healing. It's not going to last forever. You're going to come out of that Hermit-like energy. I don't know if I already said that. I probably did. Nice. Okay, the way forward is open. You're not trapped. Possibilities and opportunities abound. I will guide you to personal and spiritual freedom. That energy over here, right? Absolutely. So big message here for my group 2 choosers. You chose the purple teacup. It is time to start moving forward and healing out this energy that has kept you stuck. I feel like you've definitely already seen the truth of a situation. You've already dealt with the hard people, the hard energies, those know-it-all types, those ones that are very authoritative and seem to have been running the show. And I feel like running you over in a way. This is about to shift and change, and it's time to move out of that energy because good things await. These were lessons, not life sentences. And I say that all the time. And I feel like maybe some of you have been beating yourself up far too much over this situation. Yeah, regain your focus. Trivial life matters are distracting you from your goals. Archangel Metatron and I are here to help you stay grounded. Yeah. Yeah, great worry over nothing. That temptation energy to go backwards rather than forwards. Really big message to not allow yourself to do that. You've got a lot of momentum coming your way. You're really being nudged and motivated to move forward out of this situation. And I think away from certain people that just don't serve you. Again, trivial life matters are distracting you from your goals. Archangel Metatron and I are here to help you stay grounded, stay present, focus on what you want, not what you don't want. Focus. Anytime you catch yourself ruminating in things that have happened, those disappointments, those expectations that weren't met, the things that you wanted, reframe it. I'm going to trust that the universe did not bring me these things because it wasn't going to be for my best and highest good. And I know that now I'm on the right path. I'm moving towards the right people, situations, and things. Because that's exactly what this reading feels like. Okay, message 2. I am going to leave that there. I hope that you guys all have the most amazing, beautiful day. Take care, guys. Hello, message 3. So you guys chose the green teacup. And I always associate green with things like healing, nature, nurturing, being grounded, being very earthbound, connected, whether this is something that you need or have naturally, we don't know. But I always like to mention the colors of things and the reasons why you might have chosen the cup that you're chosen to, why you may be attracted to it, because there could be elements of those things showing up for you. So just keep that in mind. This is general, so it might not apply to all of you. Definitely a strong earthy energy, earth connection. But again, green is, the heart chakra too. So things to do with the heart, healing. Wow, this showed up in the last reading. Angst, unaware, significance, and expectation, blessings in disguise in the reverse. So having a difficult time moving through something that was difficult or hard and seeing it as a blessing in disguise, not having reconciled that yet, not having the strength as of right now to really put a pin in it and decide that, okay, it was just a lesson, and it really is going to be a blessing for me. I'm going to frame it at that. If it didn't work out, if things didn't happen the way that I had hoped they would, it's for a good reason. And I'm just going to trust the universe that that's true. It's that kind of energy. Ooh, okay. Be the real you. Freedom, authenticity, uniqueness, and courage. So this is what you're being guided to go towards, to become, to embody. Be the real you. Show up as authentically as possible. And I feel like whatever you've been through is giving you the opportunity to recognize the ways in which maybe you weren't, where you're holding something back, where you're not allowing yourself to really be seen and to shine and to be the quirky, amazing, wonderful light that you are. That's what it feels like. And there's so much freedom when you do that, right? So have the courage to allow yourself to show up this way as authentically as possible. And if you've been through it, disappointed, hardship, frustration, expectations, and desires not having been met, it might be that Spirit said the lesson here for you is to see how maybe you were being too much like other people, or falling into traps of following societal norms rather than being yourself. And the universe is saying who you are is what the world needs. It's what your friends, your family, and community, and anybody that comes along your path needs. Be that, because that is an amazing piece of your life, your purpose, how you show up for others. Whoever you're not won't do. This is what I'm trying to say. So, and I feel like, when we show up this way, I know that it's easier said than done, but when we show up as authentically as possible, even if it's weird to some, we attract the right people. Like, oh, this is my tribe. These are my people. They get me. It's like that. Okay. Point of view. Okay. So this is coming out in the reverse. It's sort of an underbelly to whatever the situation is. It says oblivious, separate, dispassionate, and ignorance. Point of view. If it was in the upright position, there's gratitude, assistance, guidance, and understanding. So Whether this is an energy that you've been dealing with from others, or it's an energy that you've started to lean into for yourself due to situations, disappointments, frustration, and hardship, right? Expectations and desires not being met. This is energy that you want to move through. It's time to dispel these things, right? You know, ignorance is bliss. Sometimes we just don't want to see certain things because it means we have to show up in a different way, and that's hard. There's something to that energy here for me, for some of my message 3 choosers. You are not separate. You are entirely capable of seeing the truth of a situation. And I think you know a lot more than you give yourself credit for, like you internally, intuitively, right? And point of view suggests that we all have coming from different perspectives. So shifting perspective a little bit could be something that's really positive for you right now. And that dispassionate word, that's really sticking out to me. I feel like you've been in that dispassionate because of disappointment and expectations not having been met. This is a big energy right now that I think all of us collectively are having to work through and reconcile. Moving through those things that didn't work out, those disappointments, those people that just didn't show up for us the way that we would have hoped. There's a lot of that needs to be let go of for us so that we can all move on whole. And you are no exception, message 3. This is very much the case. I've been saying it in all my messages, but I absolutely hate shuffling these cards. These are great cards, but they're really difficult to shuffle and messy. So the first card flew out. So I have to do them in 2 separate piles, and I have another one that flew out. And then another one. So we're going to just let that fall. And I'm going to go ahead and shuffle this side. Okay. And then I'll put them together here. These are a pain in the butt, but they're great cards. I'm going to have to pause the video so I can pick up the card that fell on the floor. Okay, so this was the first card that fell out, and then it was that one and that one. So we're going that order. Okay, so Horse energy, short journey. So some sort of movement forward, not a long drawn out thing. This could be an internal journey that you're being asked to partake in, to move through. It could be a physical one. We'll see what else shows up. Ooh, successful outcome to your problems. Nice. And that key always makes me feel like you hold the answers. You know, and have that information more than you're giving yourself credit for. That feeling that I got up here where it says like ignorance and oblivious, I really don't think that that's you. You may be blocked in this way right now, but you generally have a good sense of intuition, I feel. Successful outcome to your problems. And this might require moving in a different direction of some sort, or changing a perspective, or a physical short journey that's going to bring success and information. This was the third one. Ooh, nice. You will receive a gift. So good things coming in. Okay. Turkey. Someone is behaving stupidly. So a bit of a heads up here. Somebody is not behaving in a positive way. Somebody is probably causing frustration. This might even be somebody who that you have a lot of bones of contention with, essentially, or just butt heads. I'm going to say give yourself permission to back away from whatever their stupidity is. Do not lean into it. Do not let it affect you emotionally, mentally, at all. Because it feels like this could be an energy that has been a cause of some of your hardship and your frustration, maybe even based on their point of views, and they really affect you. Like you take them on as maybe true, like they have some sort of wisdom, but my feeling is that they don't actually, know better. Goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Nice. Yeah, I definitely feel like that's true, but it is going to require you to let go of what's been, any hardships that you've been in, and to be the real you. Like I'm really pulled to that card, to be as authentic as possible. Nice, lighthearted, carefree time. Young woman, dealings or relationships with a young woman. Now, this could be a bit of a heads up that this is somebody who triggers you in some kind of way, someone who behaves stupidly and causes you a lot of angst or frustration, irritation. And so you're always taking this energy with you everywhere you go, holding on to their words, or maybe even feeling like you have to solve things for them. I just feel like for some of you, this could be like a child, a child that maybe could be very demanding and require a lot of your time, your attention, and they're difficult. Their energy is difficult. Maybe needing to disconnect from that a little bit. Easier said than done, especially if you're like a mother energy or, grandparent, aunt, that sort of thing. I do feel like it's connected to this harder energy though. Okay, indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. We want to get out of that wheel energy. We want to get out of the loop. Worry, fear, just waiting for something to kind of fall out of the sky into our lap. So there's an energy and a nudge here that it's time to show up authentically. It's time to move through these difficult energies that have caused frustration, where expectations weren't met, where I feel like you're eternally being bumped up against a hard person and energy where it feels like you're left to deal with it, and they create a lot of turmoil within you. It's acting as a very big block for your life moving forward. So this is sort of your heads up. This is the tea from the universe that it's time to disconnect somewhat from this energy as best as you can, because you've got lighthearted, carefree time coming, an increase in material or spiritual wealth, movement forward, successful outcomes, and gifts all wanting to show up for you. Really beautiful energy here. All right, I am going to pull some, oops, I think I just hit my camera. I'm going to pull some clarifying cards here. Let's try to see if we can clarify the short journey. Ooh, that looked like it was going to fly out, didn't I? Feel like I need to pick that card. Yeah. Okay, so this short journey energy is quite positive. It's embracing the fool's energy, which is just being excited, ready to go, going with the flow, allowing your heart to guide you forward and feeling really excited about what's to come without having to know what's to come. So this short journey is something you should absolutely embrace. And it is like the fool's energy. It's the beginning point too, because it's the 0 card. It's God-forced energy. So if there's an opportunity for actual physical forward movement, a short trip, a journey, I'm going to tell you, this is your heads up from the universe that you should absolutely embrace it. It's going to bring good things your way. Okay, let's look at the type of gift that you're going to be receiving. You do have material and spiritual wealth here. So I almost feel like there's 2 things where there's like a reconnection to yourself, to your intuition, to your authenticity that leads to like a financial type of abundance. No, that hermit energy. Okay, so reflection being needed with this, the gift that you're about to receive, it's going to come through spiritually for you. So I think a massive spiritual connection, insight. I get this. I should have said it. I have to be more mindful of saying what I see. A lightning bolt energy is what I kept seeing and feeling. Something's going to come through really quickly, like a flash of light, and knowing and understanding. Oh my gosh, I see the truth of a situation. I see what I need to do. I see what I need to move away from. Like everything just sort of becomes clear, but it does require you to make space for you to receive it. So like meditation might bring answers. I definitely think this gift is like answers from above. Okay, let's look at these harder energies. These, the younger woman and the turkey. The behaving stupidly of a younger woman. Because, you do have an increase in material wealth or spiritual growth here. But I feel like one is connected to the other. And it starts with that spiritual growth, that reconnection. All right. Yep. Okay, so Wheel of Fortune with this someone behaving stupidly, this is not something that's going to affect you anymore. The tides are turning in your favor. So it feels like there's going to be some sort of a disconnect, or you're going to be able to disconnect from this person who has tripped you up in the past or who has been very disappointing. It feels like every time I give them my trust, my input, my heart, my time, I'm just disappointed in the long run. This is about to shift and change for you. Yes. Okay. So, and then with the dealings or relationships with this younger person, right? I feel like this has caused some financial discomfort for you, right? With the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, family discord. I'm definitely feeling more and more like this could be a family member, whether it's, a niece, a daughter, you know, a sister, it doesn't matter. It's caused a lot of discord within the family, this disappointing energy, this, maybe making bad financial decisions. And maybe you're somebody who's been stepping up to the plate to help this person through these things. And, money going out the window, time and energy going out the window. There's a very strong sense here that this person is going to be a problem of the past for you if you can move through this energy and realize you didn't create it. It's not your problem to solve. You've done all you can do. And it's time for you to disconnect from it. And I feel like that's exactly what's showing up in these cards, that it's time to do just that. And I just feel like this person has been a drain on you in so many ways. And that can be really difficult if we're related. We can feel obligated. Now, this is general, so let me make sure that I reiterate that this might not make sense for all of you. This could be a friend. This could be a work person who has caused so much grief and problems, draining energy, bad behavior, draining finances as a result of their choices, and you've had to clean up their messes. I feel like there's a big shift that wants to happen as a result of this. And you're going to see how to navigate it. That is the gift that's coming through. And then I feel like what results is that Wheel of Fortune turning in your favor, everything coming back into balance and moving in a good direction again. Yep. So the bottom card, this is what's on the way here. This Ace of Wands, right? So a new, fiery, passionate beginning, feeling clear, being authentic, being free of these kinds of energies and people that are just a drain, right? That's awesome. This is where you're headed with all of this. I think it's been quite difficult, though, for my message threes, dealing with these people. I definitely, because this is general, I definitely feel like for some of you, you've even questioned, like, why am I taking on their problems as if they're my own? Because they're not necessarily family or whatever. Anyways, that's just general. This is general. So apply whatever makes the most sense to your situation. I do think that's a thing for some of you, though. Angels of healing are with you. A time of healing is about to bless your life. Accept Archangel Raphael's emerald green light while I enhance your strength. Yes, the strength to move forward, to move on, to disconnect. I really feel like a lot of you have felt quite obligated to a person or a situation that has caused nothing but grief, draining in so many ways on so many levels. And it is time to heal out from this feeling of responsibility for that. I feel like you've done everything you can do for this person and in this situation. And all it's done is cause you to show up as not the real you, to retreat inward, to feel constant disappointment and frustration. And yeah, that's coming to an end. And it goes really well with that green teacup that you chose, right? With that healing energy. Yep. You're ready to move on from this, move forward. That Ace of Wands as the outcome card, and that Wheel of Fortune, things moving and turning in your favor, gifts coming in, successful outcomes. Your career is growing and blossoming. Now is the time to make changes you have been contemplating. So I definitely think some of you have had to deal with a hard person in a work environment where you've almost felt like you're cleaning up after them, been responsible for them, maybe giving them too many chances. It's time to disconnect from that person's energy and how they affect you. This could even be a moving on from a career towards something in some group that's much better for you. I get an entrepreneurial spirit just for some of you, which is really strange. Again, your career is growing and blossoming. Now is the time to make changes you have been contemplating. Yes. Yes, lots of overlap in these messages for everybody. Yeah. You're ready for more. And that's coming under that be the real you, right? With freedom and uniqueness and courage. This is what's required for you to move forward in the best possible way, where that the wheel is turning in your favor, success is coming your way, answers are coming your way, gifts. Yes. Okay. I am going to leave that there. I hope all of you have the most amazing, beautiful day. Take care, guys. Hello, message 4. So you chose the blue teacup, and something associated with the blue teacup is the color blue, which is expression, communication, speaking up, authenticity. Also, writers are connected with the color blue. Anything to do with any type of communication, no matter what that is. So also it could be like higher mind communication, something more spiritual in nature. Either way, the color blue is often associated with third eye, so intuition, expression, communication, writing, and things of that nature. Now, that is just a general overview of the teacup you chose and the color. This is general, so that might not apply to you in any way, shape, or form, or even this reading, but it's just something that I want to mention if you're feeling any kind of way about those types of energies for yourself, or if they resonate in anything that you want or are doing or involved in. Okay, so this says abundance, and it's in the reverse. It says doubt, pessimism, mundane misfortune. Okay, so really in a lack mentality right now, not being able to see possibility, not feeling like you can manifest what it is that you really want, need, or desire, feeling like things are just out of your reach and that low-hanging fruit doesn't exist for you. So this is definitely an energy that you're going to want to move out of. I mentioned in my intro, I just put out a manifesting video. That might be something that would be really beneficial for you. It doesn't have to be mine, though I do have one out. There's so many free ones out there, and I feel like that right out of the gate would be something that would be positive for you to help shift your mindset. Maybe even starting your mornings out with some positive affirmations to get the good energy flowing and suppress that hard or negative energy that you've been feeling. And it does say misfortune. So perhaps some of you have experienced misfortune, maybe even time and time again, things that you've been wanting, desiring, or putting energy towards just haven't been happening for you. And you could be losing your sense of belief and possibility as a result. We'll see what else comes out though. Oh, wow. Okay. You're ready. Momentum, validation, encouragement, and prepared. Wow. Okay. So big heads up from the universe, from spirit, that now is not the time to be giving up on yourself, what you want. If it hasn't been happening, divine timing is at play. You do have the potential for growth and abundance, but moving through these harder energies of pessimism, doubt, misfortune, they can act as blocks because we're trying to make two things true at once, where we want to believe, but internally we're actually doubting that anything's really going to happen. Rectifying that's going to be a good idea. And this is saying you're ready. You're ready for this. There is validation on its way. You are being encouraged, and you want to prepare and start to cultivate momentum for yourself. And with that building of the bike, right? Ready, like definitely reiterating that, ready to go, ready to move forward. Building comes to my mind. Like, what is it that you're building? I almost wonder if some of you have an entrepreneurial spirit, or you've been trying to build a thing and it's just been really difficult and you've been hitting up against a lot of bumps along the way. Now, the underbelly to this is spiritual adventure, and you've got a person sitting there with an angel being very guided. It says travel, education, experience, and inspiration. So you're going to be spiritually inspired. You've got a lot of energy around you, angels, passed on loved ones, guardians, spirit guides, even your higher self, like trying to get your attention and get you to move forward. And education is really standing out to me. So there may be some sort of wisdom or knowledge that you need. That's that communication energy that connects to the color blue. It's all connected to the color blue with expression and things like that, all kinds of communication. Movement forward to travel. There could be something there that brings a beautiful and profound experience that helps move your situation forward. So if that's an opportunity that shows up for you, you might want to lean in and really look at the possibilities around that. It's going to bring inspiration. And just so you know, I'm noticing that number 39. So that could be significant to you in some sort of way. 3s, 9s, combinations of 3s and 9s. And it also equals a 12. And 12 is the number of like getting out of our comfort zone and energetic downloads. So be mindful of that, because I'm also getting this intuitive hit that if you receive 12s or 1212, it is a nudge to get out of your comfort zone, but there's information coming through at that time, almost like spirit is around you. So if you have a thought or a feeling around that time, really lean into what it was, because I really feel like it's trying to guide you in some way. Okay. Now I'm going to use my T cards here, and I've explained in every video that these are messy to shuffle, and I'm terrible at shuffling them, so I have to do them in separate piles because it's too many cards and they fly out everywhere. So I may have to pause the video to pick up the cards that fly out. And I've been shuffling them in between as well because they're such a pain in the butt to shuffle. All right. So far, we're not getting any jumpers for message 4. Oh, spoke too soon. Didn't actually fly out though, did it? Okay. I'm going to do that. And then go over here and do this pile. Ooh, I did have a card just fly out there. So that'll be your first card. I'll have to pause the video and pick that up. I've had to do that for every message. Okay. So we're going to go like this and mush them up. There we go. All right. I'm going to grab your card. Okay. So the first card that fell out for you is Beryl. You feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. Right. And we see that over here with doubt, pessimism, mundane, misfortune, abundance feeling like it's out of your reach, not really feeling like anything's happening for you. I feel like Spirit's highlighting the fact that this is something that we need to rectify so that you can move forward. Yeah, just feeling sort of empty. Woman, dealings or relationships with a woman. Okay, this could be significant. Cobweb, protected from negative forces beyond your control. I suspect that has something to do with this energy here. Now, I say it all the time, even though it's coming out as a woman, it doesn't have to be a woman. We all carry feminine and masculine energy within us. So this could be a male that holds a lot of more feminine type energy qualities. That could be a thorn in your side in some kind of way. Or it could be very much could be a female that is kind of creating some sort of dissonance within you, frustration. But you are being protected from negative forces beyond your control. Ooh, announcement, bell. Okay. So there's something coming your way. There's going to be information that's going to show up for you. So being open to that, know that's something that is going to help, I think, help you make decisions moving forward, and how to move forward is about to show up for you. And it will help you to get more ready, as this card says, because that's what Spirit really wants you to be doing. Forward movement, going on a spiritual adventure, potentially leaning into some sort of new learning, education, travel. It's time to go. Like, it's that very strong energy of it's time to go. It's time to move forward. Okay, now we've got another feminine energy here. Dealings or relationships with an older woman. Wow. Okay, so let's see how this plays out here on this line. I almost wonder if some of you are like the more feminine energies, or the females in my life have been very difficult for me to deal with. Their words ring in my ears, their doubts I embody, their beliefs I recognize that I don't hold them, but I've been taught to lean into them. And so it's been really difficult for me to disconnect myself from their beliefs. There's something to that here for some of you. Ooh, excitement. Look at this. Announcement and then excitement. Okay, so you know what? It's entirely possible that for some of you, dealings or relationships with a woman could have brought some sort of difficulty and frustration, right? Because it's coming out next to that, being protected from negative forces beyond your control. Whereas an older feminine energy, again, feminine energy, not necessarily female, could bring about some sort of excitement, joy, announcement that's positive for you, or that solidifies something within you that says, okay, it's time to go. I got to go in this direction. This is what I want. I'm doing it. It feels like that. Grasshopper, situations in the balance that require careful handling. Okay. Yeah. I always say, lead with your heart, but bring your head with you. It's like that. Really thinking and feeling through what it is you want, where you want to go, the directions that you're being guided, really having a good understanding around that and making sure that your heart's good with it. Nice. I love where we're going with this. Flowers, happiness. Okay. So because this is general, couple of things. I feel that for some of you, you are dealing with more than one difficult energy. Their voices, their beliefs, their opinions, they ring in your ears. Their sentiments kind of get absorbed by you energetically as truth. This could be family members where you've been taught to think or believe a certain way and you really grapple with that. But for others, I feel like while there has been some negative forces in your ear bugging at you in a feminine energy type sense, there is another possibility of a older feminine energy that's actually quite positive, that's going to help you through a situation. So I think it could be either or here. I think for some of you, it's more than one difficult person. And for others, I think there is one, but there's a more positive one coming through. Hopefully that makes sense. This is general, right? So it's going to be different for all of us. Also, too, I think that there's fear for some of you around something because of negativity or things that you've had to deal with. Remember, this says that you are protected from that. So if there's fear around moving in a certain direction, trying something, traveling, taking some sort of course, I feel like for some of you, you're protected. You're safe. It's safe for you to do so. I would like to clarify the relationship energy, the woman, dealings or relationships with the woman, please. And also the older woman energy. Let's also clarify the situations in the balance that require careful attention, the grasshopper energy and the announcement, the bell energy. Intuition. Okay. So dealings or relationships with women, intuition, not necessarily being really clear about their intentions. It's sort of like that. Mean what you say what you mean. Are you speaking the truth? Having a niggle, but maybe not listening to it for those of you that chose this message and wondering if what they say or what they do is aligned. I feel like your intuition does know the truth around this. And I think you've had a niggle telling you that maybe this is not the best person for you, that they don't bring the right kind of energy that's going to be best serving for you. Yes. Okay. Well, now we've got conflict energy. Interesting. So now I'm leaning more into that more of you are dealing with two difficult personalities, right? Whether they're feminine, females or not. And it's caused a lot of difficulty and dissonance with you. And I feel like internal conflict as well, because we've got the Seven of Swords here. Just a lot of hardship, frustration. And I do feel like intuitively, you may have not wanted to see the truth around it or not want to believe that these things are true about these people and the energy bring or how they affect you, but they do. And I think that you, on some level, you know this. Yes. Okay. Now we're looking at, situations in the balance that require careful attention. And we've got Six of Swords energy, moving away from difficulty. That's what this is, right? Really making good choices for yourself, good decisions. And it looks to me like the answer to that is that you're going to be moving away from something, someone, people, beliefs, situations, people that are negative or are creating dissonance within you, opinions drowning out your own authoritative voice, knowing, desires. Yeah, moving forward, moving on. These situations that hang in the balance, there's two things happening with this card. They're suggesting that you will likely move on from it, but it's also a heads up to, give yourself permission to move away from these things, these negativities, these people that are just not aligned with you. Okay. Ooh, okay. Announcement. So that's to clarify that bell energy, right? The announcement. This is going to have to do with some sort of financial gain, something prosperous, a new beginning by way of career, where this is going to bring in the start of abundance for you, financial security, prosperity, right? That's the Ace of Pentacles. It's a new beginning in some sort of financial aspect of your life with career or jobs or money coming in. It looks like by removing yourself from the negative energies and forces in your life that have really gotten a hold of you energetically. I'm thinking some of you are quite empathic, is going to serve you so well, even if it's hard, even if it's difficult to make those choices. And it absolutely is. At the end of the day, it brings in much more abundance, better connections, better people, happiness for you, right? Happiness. I forgot to look at that bottom card. Okay. So the bottom card here on the clarifying deck is Page of Swords. So this is where we're going through. So this is having a beginner's mindset. Pages are always new beginnings and something where it's going to require a lot of mental energy, intellect, definitely leaning into that learning energy. And it's about being, embracing that beginner's mindset, leaning into that energy. This is where you want to go with it. Also, pages are often show up when we're going to receive some sort of messages by way of communication, because swords are connected to the mind, to air energy, which is all knowledge, wisdom, communications. So really embrace that beginner's mindset. Be open to information and messaging coming through. I think for some of you, it's going to be more spiritual in nature, which might make it difficult for you to really lean in and trust it. But I'm going to get bold here and say that you should, because there's going to be something very significant in spiritual communication for you. But for others, just embrace this mindset, trust your own intellect, where it's guiding you to go, and embrace that beginner's mindset. Okay. And, I think that's even more important because of that. You're ready. Because I don't think that you believe that you have everything that you need, that you're enough, that you've learned enough, that you understand enough. But I feel like the message here is that you have. It's just other people's influences and energies have really affected your own sense of self-worth and belief. It's really like taken hold in your energetic field. And you can feel that lack, right? Because internally, your heart, your soul knows the truth. But it's hard because we all have conditioning from childhood, from society. It's about cutting that out. Wow. Look at this spiritual adventure. And then open up to your spiritual gifts. So you are spiritually very gifted, message 4. You are likely very empathic, intuitive, healer energy, somebody who gives off a lot of light to others, who is really there for other people. I don't think that you've been getting that back, but you are meant to shine this light, and you open up your gifts for others to benefit from in some way. So if you were looking for confirmation for that, here it is. Remember that your true nature is spiritual, not physical. The angels are sending you messages to guide your soul's growth. And I did feel that with that Page of Swords, higher mind messages coming through. So to be really open to that, because it's not tangible. So it's easy for us to dismiss them. Please don't do that, message 4. It's happening for you for good reason. Love that. Okay. Embrace this magical moment. You are in the perfect energetic space for manifesting miracles. Allow your wishes to be fulfilled. Yes, it's almost like you've been blocking them because just the noise of other people and their energy and how it affects you. It's time to release those energies, right? And embrace this magical moment. You're moving into really positive, opportunistic energy where there's inspiration, education, travel, new beginnings of all kinds, right? We had that Ace of Pentacles under that happiness, new financial beginnings connected to what it is you do and how you show up in the world. And it has to do with your spiritual gifts. You're in the perfect energetic space for manifesting miracles. Allow your wishes to be fulfilled. You are ready. You're more ready than you think you are. It's funny because I'm thinking, I just had this thought of delay. I feel like you've probably been ready for far longer than you realize. And there's always been something that shows up for you, or a voice of somebody else telling you why you're not or you shouldn't. No more. You are ready. It's time to go. It's time to move forward on the spiritual adventure and allow your spiritual gifts to open up more fully. Okay, message 4. I think I'm going to leave that there. I hope that all of you have the most amazing, beautiful day. Take care, guys.